Hi, friends. Wow, I've missed you. I have been away loving on some grandchildren and my son and daughter in law, and I have returned, and I am grateful to be back. It was such a amazing hug when I returned after a 14-hour day of driving solo. Good to be back and good to be back to school, starting some new things with this channel. And I wanted to start off and talk a little bit about something that will affect all of us if we aren't careful. And it can affect us really well, or it can really knock us to our knees. And that's like self-love, self-worth. When you're done watching this video, please go click the link in the description box below, and you're going to find the videos that these really awesome women have put together. And it's just 3 questions, and I just hope to give us all just a little moment of pause to look at how good God is and where we need to stop talking trash to ourselves. So let's get into this. Let's get into these 3 questions. I was scrolling in Pinterest and I found these journal prompts kind of to get you going and when you start journaling for the day, I guess. And at the very bottom it said the Beanstalk Life. So I was looking through them and I found these 3 questions and they resonated with me. So I took a moment, I took a pause and thought about these, and like I said, shared them with these friends of mine when I can't wait for you to see their responses. So the first question is, what is the best compliment you've ever received? When I thought about this question, I thought, I'm 50 years old now, and there have been a lot of really kind people in my life, and people have said very generous things, and not to leave them out, but I decided to just go with the first thing I could think of. And the first thing I could think of that stopped me in my tracks was a compliment that my friend Rachel gave me this past summer. As we all know, this past summer, wedding time for many people was totally upended. We had the great honor of hosting our son's and his beautiful wife's wedding reception at our home. It was totally different than they had planned, totally different than their hopes. I'm sure as a little girl, she hoped for something just extraordinary and amazing. And they are so gracious and so incredible that they said they were excited, and his wife's family was totally excited and supportive and helpful. All of our hearts were kind of aching for them, but at the same time, we kind of took our cues from them, and they were excited to become man and wife, to be married. So I'm kind of been the person who, if we have a couple families at our house, I feel like, wow, that is a really big event. And this was going to be the wedding reception. There was a lot of physical things, aesthetic things that my husband and I really wanted to tackle. I mean, we built a couch and we painted the deck with everybody's help. Thank you, everybody, because it took a team. We're in the midst of that. And when it came down to like the party part, right? Like the garden party setup or details or all of the things we might need or have to go and look for or ask, beg, borrow for. I knew that I had seen pictures of parties that my friend Rachel had helped with. So I reached out to her immediately and said, Rachel, I don't know how to do this. My heart, I mean, I just don't even know where to start. She showed up and we walked through. She created a timeline going weeks out to a day of, and then breaking that down into hours. I mean, I would have never ever thought of it. I'm in the midst of it. We were still weeks away, and she told me, Lisa, you're doing a great job. And she looked right in my face and said it. And she didn't say it at the end. She didn't say it like as we wrapped the night and the happy couple drove away. And she was like, you did a great job. She didn't look at my final result, our combined final result of the day. She looked at where I was, where my heart was, how I was trying to muscle through, trying to understand this crazy part of life, and how God was going to put all this together, because all we had was to rely on Him and each other. She, in the midst of it, not at the end, she said, you're doing a great job. And even that day, she turned her schedule upside down and came that day and was our angel hands as we went to the church. And she put out the last decorations and fixed our outdoor little tent into this beautiful, beautiful wedding tent, complete with a chandelier hanging from the ceiling that she did the electrical for. The second question is, I feel happiest in my body when? Well, this channel is called The Catholic Marathon Mom, and doesn't that seem obvious that crossing the finish line would be like the happiest I would ever feel in my body? No. Okay, so I have crossed 12 marathon finish lines, praise God, and the feeling of crossing a finish line for me is relief. If I've crossed the finish line, it means I haven't been swept by the very last pace car and I didn't get hurt or sick and couldn't finish. So there's this sense of relief that I finished. And also my body is like, thank you. We can walk now and just keep walking. That evening and the days following, I am overwhelmed by waves of elation and gratefulness, and the pain of your legs and back or arms. It's all just a reminder of the journey you took for those 26.2 miles. So that's pretty wonderful and beautiful. And I know that it brings such gratefulness that text saying, thank you for loving me, Mom. Thank you for loving me to your friends. I mean, it's the realness and rawness of it is just so tangible, so palpable. But it's not the happiest I've ever felt in my own body. The happiest I've ever felt in my body is 4 times in my life, and that's been my 4 pregnancies. Praise God, they were all healthy. I didn't have much nausea and morning sickness stuff, and the babies were born. And just to recap as we continue on, the first question was, what was the best compliment you've ever received? The second question was, I feel happiest in my body when? And the third question was, what is a negative thought that you replay over and over and declare truth over it? When I read this question, I have 2 that stood out immediately to me. The first one is the biggie, and it's that I'm a bad mom. It just replays. And that I failed my children in the things that I have done and the things that I failed to do. And so I'm going to declare truth over it. And this is something that all of us can do and need to do, because those lies, those things that drag us down and just kick us in the stomach and make us cry, they just aren't true. So I'm going to declare the truth over this one. I love my kids. I cherish them. I wanted them, dreamed about them, prayed for them before they were born. And I strive to meet their needs, and I strive to form them so that they will know, love, and serve God. And I do fail in little ways, maybe big ways. I do make mistakes every single day, but that God gives grace to fill in the cracks. And His mercy will help me grow closer to Him and learn from Him. That's truth over that other negative. What's a negative that you're thinking of? What's the one that replays in your mind? And declare truth over it. Kick it out. It doesn't belong in there. It doesn't belong in there eating away at you. Declare the real truth over it. And if you need help, reach out to me in my email or in the comments below, and I will pray for you. And we can pray right through it if you like. The second thought that came to me right away was, I'm wasting my time being on YouTube. And a perfect example of that is that last Thursday, I began praying the rosary daily at 7 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, every single day, 7 days a week, 7 a.m. You can find me a little bit blinky in the morning, waking up, drinking my water. Probably need to switch to coffee by then. And we're praying the rosary. So we're praying for anybody's intentions. First time prayers are welcome. And ever since I started that last Thursday, my subscribers have dropped. And that was like, whoa, what's going on? I had other YouTube moms that you'll find in the playlist as well getting excited for me, saying, "Oh, you're almost at 1,000 subscribers. How exciting is that?" And I saw the number just go, and you know, my kids who they know the Lord, they're walking with Him. They said, "Of course, Mom. Of course. That's supposed to dissuade you from continuing." And so that really opened my eyes that Jesus seeks us out soul by soul, and that's what I need to do. If that was good enough for Him to seek us out soul by soul, to leave the 99 to go find the one, then that needs to be good enough for me, soul by soul. If you want to hear some more answers to these 3 questions, click the playlist below. It's going to take you to these other amazing women. I am not exaggerating. They are awesome from all walks of life. We've got a doctor, lawyer turned homeschooler in there. We've got wives, mamas. Oh my goodness, you're going to love what you hear. And for me, I would love to just hop on and glean a little tip, a little hint, a little inspiration that I can hang on to and then start through the day, because you know what? As soon as these kids get up, we're going. This year it's middle school and high school. It's big work, heavy work, and also awesome because we get to be together. Ah, so good. So if you've got some value out of this video, please consider subscribing. You just click that button. It's totally free. And if you like videos about digging into your faith, you'll find a lot more videos here on this channel. And also, if you want to pray with me, if you've never prayed, first timers are totally welcome. 7 a.m. in the morning, right here on YouTube and over on Instagram at Catholic Marathon Mom. So God bless you guys. Thanks for being here and have an awesome day.